This is a Nissan Micra K11 and we are doing the rocker cover, you know, the valve cover. We're going to be painting it blue on the car. I've got to open up the bonnet first. We're going to be painting the valve cover gasket here. We're going to be changing the colour of that. We're going to make it match the car, so we're going to take all of this off. So we're going to take these plugs off. We've got like 4 of them. That off. I think that's PCV valve, airbox, and I don't know where that pipe leads to, but at least looks like the exhaust, so it must be something to do with the blow-by. And let's get this off. We've got to take all this off, so this is, and this wire too, part of the throttle cable, and let's get this off. Let's get these coil packs off first. Oh yeah, we'll need a 10mm. We've got to get the screws off. I meant not screw off, the nuts off too. So we're getting them off. Gonna pop this off. Just make sure you don't lose all the nuts. Let's get these pipes off this side. Might need the adjustable pliers for this because these pipes are not going to move very much. Oh, she's been on there a while. Once I get around to it, I just want to get the valve cover off. Should all come apart. I'm just doing this, I don't have to take the whole lot off. I think the PCV comes out with it, if I'm right. Probably does, but we'll see. Loosen that, because they're impossible. And we've got much to take off. We're nearly there. You need an impact screwdriver just to get the screws off the valve cover. Would have been nice if it was like this one here. Not to loose because I already loosened it. There's one down there. But you gotta like crack these off. Loosen them, so I'm gonna take these out. And you know, get it done from now. Once they're loose with your impact, just get your normal screwdriver, it should just come out. Let the screw out. I'm going to put the nuts right on top of the cowl up there so I don't lose them. Great idea, Nissan. What's it with the screws? What's it with the screws? Now we're going to get the rocker cover off. So I'm just going to pull it if it wants to come off, or to force it. And that thing's pretty stuck on. Oh, she's definitely stuck on, so I might need to pry it off. It does have a pry bit to get it off. I think it's about there. Oh, it's lifting. Make sure you don't damage any wires while you're doing it. Right, now we've got something. It's moving. So, got to be very careful getting this off. Don't catch anything. You see how the rocker cover looks like. Now that we're moving, there we are. The cams don't look too bad. That's been on here a while. Yeah, we might have a bit of sealant on there to take off. Okay, I've got a new gasket for it anyway, so this can go in the bin anyway. I'll put that for now. Oh wow, she doesn't look too bad. That's smooth. Yeah, that feels smooth. Worth a check. tension on chain. It's got a bit of slack on that. Yeah, it's got a bit of slack. Might need a new chain. Don't know when that will be, but I'll get that changed eventually. So I need a bit of sealant here to come on. I've got a bit of Honda bond lying around, so that'll work. So a bit of bond around here. I think the rest might be alright. Yeah. Exhaust and intake. Looks a-okay. Alright, that's all on. Now it's coming out. But for the engine, looks pretty mint. Actually in really good nick, so it's been looked after well. So no sludge, no crap, so that's a bonus. And we're just going to get the rocker cover out of the way. So let's go. I'm going to drop this bonnet and we'll get in the back garden. Right, we're going to take the PCV valve out of here first, and we'll get started onto the main stuff. I've got to push it out with a flathead. Needs it. Oh well. Right, that's out. Got that bit out. PCV. I'll put that somewhere so I don't lose it. I'll take the gasket out because we're not painting it a different colour. Right, let's go for this side. I'm hoping this side might be a bit easier, we'll find out. If you need to change these out, I'm going to change these out anyway because I've got the new gasket set. I'd rather change it out. Oh wow. Yay. Got her out. One more to go. They literally are like plastic.
Just the beginning.
After a while, I've cleaned it down. Sounded best that I could. I did some off camera. I've been here all week, but we're going to give it a good clean down here. Needs a bit of sandpaper to smooth it out a bit. It should be alright then. And we can get onto the primer a bit. Now we're hitting the primer now. It's all ready to go. Let's get this primer on. Let's get that light coat on. Get it in grey for now. Nice thick coat. We've got the instant blue base coat ready to go on the rocker cover. So I've sanded it down 1500 grit. It's a lot smoother. I degreased it. I just don't want any bits on it. I shouldn't be really touching it with my hands really, but I want to get that stuff off it. It looks pretty good. You can get a better look at it. That's it in the light a bit. Well, it's more you want to see it, but I'm going to do it in the shade so the sun doesn't dry out too fast. Get a light coat on. Transformation. Wish I put my mask on. Right, we're going for second coat. This is the second coat. Just giving it about a couple of minutes to evaporate off. Probably evaporates quite quick in this weather. So I'm going to get a nice thick one in. That's the second coat. Right, we're going to be putting the third coat on in about 10 minutes. But it's looking a bit better. I think once we let it dry off for a bit, give it a bit of time, we'll sand them down and we'll lacquer it. I admit, for the rocker cover, it ain't looking too bad. I've prepped it best as I could. I learned off the... I call it the master of painting, but I'm not the world's best painter, but at least I try. But yeah, so if you ever get like any paint cans with these caps on, them ones, like you know your custom paint, it spreads out a bigger fan. Use it on your primer, it spreads out a lot better than the round tips on it. Let me show you a rough example. Like this one I'll put on here, that's the one off the other can. But you don't want one of these on, these are more like the circle ones. Man, I sound like I just even breathing in the air. Right, that's the round tip. You don't want the round tips on them, so if you're ever doing the custom paint job on it, especially on your primer, it's like on your main coat on the can now there. Just nip the cap off that and stick it on your primer, grey primer, and it'll spray pretty well on there. You'll have a nice coat on it, a real nice coat. But it makes it look a little bit smoother than or like, you know, tiger stripey. But you just gotta like fan it out from side to side. So like go all the way there, go past, and like that. It's like spray painting like a car. But yeah, the rocker cover looks pretty good. I need to save some of that paint because we've got to do a bit of the car on it. There's a little bit of the back of the boot I've got to spray paint one, and for the paint coming off. I'm saying we're going to go for a round 2 on that coat next, but I'll give it a couple of minutes to dry off and I'll put this last coat on it. We'll put a nice thick one on it, and that should be it. I'm just hoping that helps. But this is a K11 Micra rocker cover. It's looking pretty good. It's getting more instant blue. Yeah, it's instant blue from right. Right, it is instant blue BO4. I like the colour of that. It pops. Well, once that's lacquered, let it bake for, well, let it dry out for a day or two. Then I'll polish it and make it look real nice. We'll have a nice shine on that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We ain't got that yet. But these will need to be sanded first before, you know, before I get the main stuff in. Last coat to go. Oh my god, my hands are going blue. I should normally put a spray mask on, but I ain't got one on at the moment, guys. I recommend you do, but I'm outside, so I might get away with it if I hold my breath. Right, let's get this last coat on. Nice thick coat. I ain't got a single run in it yet. Got to have a little bit of speed, don't go too fast. looking good. Looking pretty good. Just dry overnight just for now, because I've got to go to work. Every time I do these videos I've got work in the way. So we'll just do bit by bit. So this probably dry overnight, let go rock hard, and I'll sand these off the Nissan, and it will look really good. You can see a little bit on the reflection, I can see on there. You can see a little bit of the waviness, but it's just because the rocker cover is aluminium and it's not easy to sand down as I thought. But it's better than it looks. I got the best I could look at. From like standing up you can't really see it, but from like lower down you can, but you're not really going to notice that much. So it's going to degrease it after I've done that and done. And yeah, she is looking good. And everything will go back on after that. Alright, I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to roll. I'll see you guys in a couple of seconds. Well, to you it'll be like 2 seconds, to me about next day. So I'll see you then.
Alright, we are going to sand it now with 180 grit under lettering, and you know, I'm going to try and do this one-handed or not. I'm trying to get the lettering out. We're going to lacquer it. Gotta be careful. I'll do this with two-handed, it'll be easier.
It's all done. So I sand that down, cleaned it. That's ready for lacquer. What Rattle can this with the Hopper Special. Would put out better lacquer than this. But let's see how it looks. Get a nice thick coat on this cover. I'll be back once it's, you know, once I've got more of this one. But it looks pretty good. Oh, good. It's got a shine on it, so we'll get 5 minutes and we'll get a second coat on it, and we'll see how that looks. Let it bake for a little bit. But that's the last coat on it. Look at that, it sparkles. I think now it should buff out once it's dry. You look at that, it looks pretty good actually. Unclean rocker cover. Now with the sun blasting on it, but yeah, it'll dry out. Let it dry out overnight and see how that looks. Let it cure hard. Get the rest done. Now we're gonna put on the rocker cover gasket, the fresh new gasket here, the correct one, because there's two different ones. So I'm gonna whack this on. Got to flip it around a minute. Get this on and installed. Let's see which way it goes. That two should go up front and this goes up back on the end. Let's get that on. We're going to use a bit of sealant on the corner bits where they'll leak around. I'm going to try not to scratch this at all. Get these on. I'm going to put a bit of sealant there where they sit on and bolt it in. God, it's so hot today. Right, that gasket is on. We're going to get it ready to stick in the car. And those gaps where the corners are, and should be alright actually. That's what I'm using. Honda Bond. It's like gasket sealer. Here we are. Rocket cover. Put the gasket on. Nothing the camera picks up well. It's just really sunny outside today. So we're gonna seal it up. It's between the edges around here. On here, just you know, stop it from leaking. Get a polish once it's on the car. Might be a bit easier. I've got to be careful I don't hit anything. Alright, we're going to be putting in these little screws. I would like nuts for it, but I don't know if you can get them for the Micra or not, but I'll do a bit of checking out on that. See if we can change them up. So I'm just going to screw all this down, just hand tight. I'm just going to get this in. Right, she's all back together now. So there's the rocker cover. It's looking absolutely mint. I don't want to be all day just, you know, watching me do it again. It's just rinse and repeat. All good. Bit of sealant down there, bit of seal down there, just in case. I think that's about where the last sealant were when I took it off. But we're looking really, really good. Look at the sparkle on that. I think once I get a bit of compound on that, that'll look pretty good. But for a rattle can job, you can do it really good. Well, except for mine's got a few little marks in the rocker head. You can see, but you're not really going to notice it that much. It will probably cook a bit more once the engine's warm. But we're getting there. Instant blue on Micra. I think it looked quite good actually for a rocker cover. That really pops, and it's the same colour code as the car. Looks a bit darker, but probably fresher. But it looks really good. And we've got my new GoPro setup going on. Up there. So that's just like recording it down there, but yeah. But if you guys liked the video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll probably have some more videos on the Micra soon. We've still got a fair way to go. Don't get me started with the exhaust next, we'll get to that soon. But the Micra is getting there. We've just got a few more little jobs underneath to do. I want to get a big ass spoiler for the rear. I've just got my gear in the back of here just because it's better shed. But I want the wing matching colour. Well, this boot is going to come off, so we've got a paint behind here. That it disconnects down there. It's just one plug, so it just yonks right out. So this boot will come out pretty easily. So with the washer jet, that'll pop off. So take the whole unit off. That'll be the boot. Once it gets the spoiler, that'll look good. Got quite a fair way to go. I'm just waiting till the blue front end comes up for this car and I can do it on the Micra. A pre-facelift one, but we'll see. I think the only thing we've got to do to this is the coolant needs doing and some other little stuff. But you'll probably see that in the next video. It is going to need fresh coolant, and I want to do the power steering, that needs fresh changing over. And I think this car's about nearly there. We're about 75% now. But it'll do for out it. I'll ride it around out it. As long as it get through the MOT, we're alright. We are going to redo the wheels on it. I did a rattle can job on them. You probably won't see it in the video, but I got sick of looking at gold. I don't think it works with the car. But we'll go for a different colour on the wheels. I'll see what colour I can put on them. And I'll probably paint that caliper down there. It's going to pink, that. But yeah, guys. If you like, subscribe, smash the comment, hit the notification.